Hi, Leo. This is Jess with your January 13th, 2020 weekly reading. Hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. Have you guys checked out your yearly tarot reading for 2020? It's in the description box below if you'd like to check that out. Do it every year. It's on a Vimeo platform, so if you'd like to check that out, it's in the description. We're also going to do an extended to the love portion of this reading, going really deep into you and this person. All of what we focused on is in the description box below. So if you'd like to look at your love reading in more depth, click the link to that and we can finish up and we will go even deeper into your love reading. Now, as you know, guys, this is for the week. For you Leos out there, anyone's cross watching and you have a Leo in your midst, hit them up. They're being very generous right now. I feel like some of you, as soon as I put your cards down, the very first thing I felt was settling things. It's time to settle. It's time to, settle everything, quote unquote, everything, right? But there is some of you, you are trying to settle things once and for all. It's almost like okay, I'm going to use this example, but it may seem a bit extreme to some people. You know how let's say someone's saying, okay, you have 2 months to live. And with that information, now you're saying, okay, let me settle my debts. Let me settle my affairs. So there's something about settling affairs that's going on with you, Leo, right? It may be because you're about to move. And I mean, you're moving far. You're not moving, well, I'm just going to, 50 miles up the road. No, you're probably leaving country. You could be leaving state. Like you're moving far away. And before you do so, because you don't want any interruptions, you don't want any problems, you really want to turn the page and have that page be blank and really start anew. You're settling things. So it can be, for some of you, old ways of doing things you've learned now, or you're approaching it differently, or someone is around you. Know that, guys, you know that this can go vice versa. So it may be happening with someone that's very close to you, and this may affect them, but there is doing it differently and now wanting to kind of settle. So for some of you, if you're known to just skip out on rent, skip out on mortgage, skip out on debts, and just go and start anew, you know that kind of follows you. And so some of you are just saying, okay, I'm getting this off my desk. I'm getting this right, because some of you may be wanting to fix your credit score. You may be looking to buy a house. Some of you may even want to get into real estate, buying property, land, really looking at a whole different market. I know the last time I did the reading for Leos, it was Leos embarking into something completely new that people were not expecting. Like you were going to come out and do something and people were not even expecting you to do it. And it's going to be kind of different for you. But you had made up your mind and it had been a process for you to get here. Now you're kind of here and now you're doing the work, right? So some of you, again, you're settling decks before you can leave and move on from a situation. Some of you at a workplace, if you've been done wrong or treated unfairly, people may be trying to settle affairs with you just to so you don't leave, so you will stay. It's a little too late. If someone is now trying to give their apologies, you don't trust it. You just don't trust it. You don't believe what they're saying. And I have to say, for some of you Leos, you've been taken through the mud. And, not for nothing, I know one Leo actually, and she's a sweetheart. I love Leo. Well, I think I've only known one closely, and she's always been a sweetheart. But yeah, also was not treated the best in a work dynamic. And one thing I could say is Leos work their ass off and they give their all, because they pride themselves like a Taurus would. So some of you may have been battered and torn and bruised at the workplace, and now you literally don't believe it. And honestly, Leos, you shouldn't, because your challenge is someone kind of really being honest about a situation. You may have a liar or a deceiver in your midst. And if you think, well, they told me, we sat down and yet again having the same conversation, and I've asked, or here they're telling me the story, it's not the full story. You're not getting the full story. So just don't think that you are, because you're not. That being said, you're okay with it. You're accepting apologies, yeah, but you're not gonna come back. You're not gonna resolve the situation. You don't trust it, and you just kind of want something new. It's like, no, the best thing for me to do is to leave. Some of you Leos are leaving, moving far distances, just completely changing your trajectory altogether, but doing it, I would say, in a very smart way, because you're settling things once and for all, and it's the right thing to do, right? Your heart says so, You're giving with all of your heart. Some of you're giving to people that may have always expected from you, and you're doing it, but they may not be aware that this is the final time, right? I'm going to give you this one last time. You're going to get this from me one last time. I'll come there one last time. It's the one last time situation going on with you. For some of you, and I feel for some of you, I do see planning. Again, it could be a wedding, it could be some type of ceremony or going on a trip, that sort of thing. And just when you're focusing on your sights on one way, something is coming out of the blue, right? To kind of disrupt what you feel you have set up for yourself. So kind of expect some unexpected situations. You definitely have unexpected outcomes coming to you here, Leo. And I think to some extent everyone does, because Uranus has woke up. Uranus is up now, and it's like, oh, okay. And it's in your, I think it's in your 10th house. So career matters is definitely changing. And if you're looking to move on, you'll get an offer. I do see good news coming in. One that you really feel like, this place is for me. This is everything that I've wanted and then some. Some of you may get into an industry that you really feel like, now this is what I've wanted. It allows me to be free and individual, but I like the community. I like the people. I like, everyone kind of works in tandem or in unison, even if it's like independent, right? Contractual work, or, we collab or we work together, that sort of thing. But everyone has the same mentality, and it's very freeing, whatever this is, compared to where you're coming from. Where you're going is far more freeing, and you can kind of wipe the slate clean. So yeah, it looks like you're on your way. I know that Leo has been going through quite a bit of a process of overcoming heartbreak and disappointment, and really just not being in a great place. And I feel for some of you, if you're in partnership, right? If there's a female in your life, if you're a male Leo, well, some of you Leo women, you're not out of the woods yet. Someone's health may not be the best. So check up on your mothers, check up on the females in your life, because they may not be health wise the best. May not even know. Someone could be keeping it to themselves, keeping it a secret that they're not in the best of health, not really saying anything about it, hoping that it would just kind of move on, and you get on the other side of it. A physical move for some of you may do the trick. It could be weather related. It could be, anything that could be promoting this challenge, and a physical move. And some of you know that, like, a physical move is going to do the trick, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to physically move. Some of you, if you've been what do you call it? Traumatized by a situation or someone has around you, and you're feeling like, okay, we're going to leave out of here. We're going to move. We're going to leave. That may not completely do the trick deep down inside for someone. I think time would do the trick deep down inside. It's just time that's necessary for things to kind of get better. So finances, I would be conservative. I think you guys will start to be as the week progresses forward. This is not really about money, though, for you guys, as far as like, oh, I'm so money heavy focused. No, it is really, this week is about settling things. You have either people that want to settle things with you, or you want to settle things with people. So again, the slate can be wiped clean, and there's a new page, blank page that someone can start from, and they're not dragging with them. But here's the thing. Yeah, there's going to be a truth spoken, right? Someone's going to say something, you or another person, that may come on deaf ears. Like, someone's not open to really hearing what someone else has to say. Not all the truth is being spoken. All the truth isn't being spoken, or someone's not being completely honest. So I would say believe half of what you hear, you know. and even less than what you see. I don't think that all is revealed just yet. Um, and I just keep getting it's something about honesty, lack of honesty, the elephant in the room not being completely addressed. That is, if someone is trying to keep that hidden, but in the interim they're trying to make everything okay, but they're not really dealing with the issue, that's only going to come back to haunt you. So if someone is out of your control, right? If you're not the person that needs to speak your truth, but if it is you that needs to speak a truth, be truthful. Don't worry. Don't be scared about, what come what may. Be truthful. It may be nasty and it may hurt in the beginning and it may make you not feel so great to have to deal with the truth. But in the long run, it makes everyone better. It frees everyone completely. So stick to the truth. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Maybe that's what I need to tag your reading. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God, or so help God to the person who needs to really be truthful. Because there's something this week about, yeah, a lot of things being done and said, but nothing completely being revealed. The full truth not being completely revealed. So remember, I said that. Other than that, let's get into your love life. Well, for those of you Leos who are single, you're looking really good. You've changed and you have a really strong connection with someone. This person is kind of helping you move out of your past. It's like you're ready to kind of move on from what was or what could have been, right? And I remember saying that, Leos, you're really serious about not kind of just giving into other people's whims, and and everyone's changing in that way. I mean, Capricorn season, the 2020 is going to be something else. So I haven't done your yearly. I don't know if I even started with your yearly. If I said that in the beginning, you probably don't have a yearly down in the description box. I will get to that at some point, Leo. Back to your love reading, though. For those of you who are single, again, you are still very strong, very unmoved. Some of you could be dealing with someone like that, very strong, unmoved. This isn't someone who, it doesn't matter how much, and you guys are very loving and lovable. They're not going to necessarily, be moved by that. They may have been stung. That just may be the way that they were raised. So they have this very strong, unmoved energy about them. But I do feel like they like it. They may not be telling you that, right? And you guys are having a lot of connections, physical and otherwise. Just be conscious, because I do feel like for some of you who are single, your disconnection is very strong with someone. Someone is going to propose something, right? That the other person may need a minute to kind of digest. It could be you or someone else, right? But someone needs a minute to really kind of sit in it and decide, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? And this person, again, could be this person who is very defiant, who's very self-controlled. Then they kind of can control others just by the way that they are so controlled themselves. So don't expect whatever you say, if it is you saying something to someone, don't expect there to be a reaction right away. You may need a minute, that may have happened in the past, and now it's kind of, the person probably still need a minute. But there will be some form of revelation. I just feel like someone isn't 100% telling exactly, either not saying anything, or they're not 100% telling everything that they want to say, revealing everything. I'll say it like that. So, new opportunities in love, you feel like someone is really making you happy. Some of you are happy just being single too, because again, you can get out here and do what you want to do. You don't feel like someone has the right to tell you what you can and can't do. Some of you may walk away from someone wanting to kind of push you into a relationship, because no, you're not going to just fall to someone's whim. Some Leos, and I feel like there's a very specific group of Leos who are living life on their own terms. Finally, they're not going to adhere to what other people want them to do just to make people happy. Like, no. And they may come across a little bit chafe or a little bit rebellious or, uncompromising. But hell, they've been through things and they know now, in order for me to be happy, in order for you not to get hurt down the line, I've got to do what makes me happy. And I think that's the best thing that you can do. with that, someone may want to cut things off simply because they feel like you're not adhering to their whims. The right person will come along. You'll have the person that understands you, who matches you equally without a problem. Now, I do see for you couples, something is going to happen out of the blue, single Leos, that you're not really expecting to happen, where it's like, wow, this thing happened from 0 to 100 in like 10 seconds. What you thought was going to happen, it literally goes the other way and something else comes out of it. So I guess expect the unexpected, Leo. Definitely. Uranus being here, and 10th house is not just your career, but it also is your public status, right? So some people can see in the 10th house when you're getting ready to get married, because it changes your status. It changes something about you, going from being single to in a relationship, going from being in a relationship to being single. So for all of you, it'll be different, but there is something about your status and what people know you for that is going to change. Now, when it comes to couple Leos, well, there's an end to a situation. Mm-hmm. You and your mate may not be seeing eye to eye at this time, and someone may not be feeling like this situation can work out because there's still some secrets and some things that are being hidden. There's a liar here. Someone's not being very honest about things. And I do feel that if someone has, whoever did the other person wrong, they're going to try to apologize. They're going to try to make the situation right. And I do feel like there's going to continue to be this need to communicate, reach out, and talk that will be difficult for the other person to accept or digest. I feel that someone else may come in. Now, I'm going to read this two different ways, because for some of you, you may be on the brink of ending your marriage or your committed relationship with one person, right? Because things are just not working out. And there may already have been a third party interference in this relationship that now is changing over. So two people who were together are no longer, and now someone's going to go straight into another relationship with someone else. Like, it literally is like you blink and one person just changed out for the other person. That's how that's going to work. For others of you, though, I feel that there's an opportunity to work this out, to make it right. And it's almost like you won't see it coming. You almost thought that, well, this will never, I'm probably just going to have to accept that it's over. No, no, no. It's actually going to work out for you guys more than what you expected, better than what you anticipated. Things will fall into place. And again, with that, I do feel like some major commitment or shift is about to happen in your life. Absolutely. When it comes to love, relationship, overcoming, and it almost will feel to some extent waking up into a new world, into a new life, right? Boy, doesn't that feel good when you wake up and your life literally has changed, and it just feels good. And every day it almost feels like Christmas. Every day it feels like having a brand new baby. It's like it could be like that, you know. So in the extended, as I mentioned, we're going to go deeper into this love relationship, not just couples, but singles as well. We're going to look past this week. We're going to look into months to come, see what's going on with this person and their feelings for you, and all of the deep things that we didn't discuss. All in the description box below, you can find everything that we're going to focus on. So if you're interested in this extended love read, click the link in the description box, and we can go even deeper. And this is all about you and them, and really focusing on them. Now, for those of you who would like to share, please do so in the comment section below. If you want something personal reading from me, click the link to my website. You can set something up for yourself. I would love to hear from you. So leave your comments in the comment section below. If you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I'll be back very soon with another one. Take care, Leo.